everybody. We are here as representatives of the Association for Play Therapy. I'm Goodyear Brown,
Sueann Kenney-Noziska,
and Linda Homeyer.
And we are just going to try to answer some of your questions about the transition time here into the new certification standards for RPT.
New applications are not being accepted until January of 2020.
You apply under the new ones. The old application form no longer exists, and all of the new application forms and the new information are online.
Understanding is that no one loses the hours that they've accrued so far. Having said that, you're going to need to be able to show that you have a wide integration of methods and learning within the theoretical orientations that are seminal to our field. If you have 100 plus hours in just one thing, you'll need to be able to prove that you have some exposure to all the other.
So it sounds like if I don't have a broad base of education in several of those seminal or historical theories that are in the new application, they're all identified, then I should go back probably and pick up some extra hours in those.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
All right.
Actually, Paris, there are some new time frames. We have two new time frames. One of them is you can only accrue your hours between a minimum of 2 years and a maximum of 7 years. So that would be the maximum and minimum length of time that you can accrue your CEs. And the other is we have a new requirement that to become an RPT-S, you have to have at least 3 years experience as an RPT.
Okay.
In that case, what I would recommend if you have beyond the 7 years is do a cover letter to APT with your application, and APT will take a look at it and let you know what to do from there.
Excellent, great.
I'm sorry, but you can't use the old forms as of January 1st, 2020, except for the Form A that may be from previous supervisors may have filled out and signed the attestation to them providing supervision. Those can be attached as an appendix to the new form starting 2020.
All right. That's a relief because I don't know how to find some of those old people. You can certainly submit the one you already have, but then you'll have to have 4 additional sessions videotaped or recorded in some way and reviewed by your supervisor. So you are under the new criteria, which is 5, but you can still count that one that you already had done.
Got it.
Awesome.
Yeah, the faces. It looks a little overwhelming to start with, but the whole point of the phases is to show that I'm getting some training and I'm doing some supervised experience and then getting supervision. So the clinical experience, the training, and the supervision are going together, and then they build and scaffold. So the phases, think of the phases as scaffolding up. And so you have some basic theory and understanding and knowledge, and all those hours are specific on the forms, and then I'm going to do some clinical experience because now I have some education about what I'm supposed to be doing and knowing and what play therapy is by a theory, and then I'm going to go out and practice that, and then I'm getting supervision at the same time. So there are flexible ranges for each of those areas in each phase, but there are also limits. So there's a minimum and a maximum number of continuing ed hours and the number of clinical hours and the number of supervision hours.
So we at the association feel like we've learned a lot in the last 20 or 30 years about how we integrate learning and how we grow the next generation of play therapists. And I think a combination of learning something, then going and applying it with actual clinical populations under supportive supervision, and then going back and having some time to digest that, learn some more, practice some more under supportive supervision is really the growth trajectory that's going to create the most dedicated, equipped play therapists for our next generation.
That makes sense. Thank you, Paris.
Sounds great to me. Yeah,
All right.
Good.
If you guys have any questions, contact APT, a4pt.org. Thanks for your time.
And remember to read all of that. There's a lot of information already there. So read through that first before you call the office or contact the office, because you might have the answer right there.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Take
Bye.
care.
Bye.